Hey everyone, I just wanted to do a video because I've been looking around a lot on YouTube and I haven't really found anyone who cans quite like I do. I see a lot of people using the screw top jars and the Tatler lids and the non-reusable lids, and I decided that I didn't want to use either of those because I felt it left too much of a large carbon footprint on the earth. So I'm lucky enough to have come across a fantastic deal on these old-fashioned canning jars, and I'll actually show you what I'm talking about when I say old-fashioned. These are, I don't know, Depression age, I would say. Wrapped in paper. I should have thought about doing this beforehand. But they're the old-fashioned jars with the bales. And let me see if I can find a good place to put you. There we are. For anyone who's never seen these work, my God, I'm having difficulties today. For anyone who's never seen these work, all you do, you pop it up, it comes off. Well, I got 64 of them for $40. My fiance did out the math, and that comes to roughly just about 62 cents a jar. Now, a lot of you are going to ask me, where'd you get the rings? How'd you do it? Well, when I was in New Hampshire this past year, and I'm sorry for all of the movement, I came across a hardware store, and they sell these. They're called Reliable Seal regular jar rubber with tabs. And basically what you do is you put them, I'll actually show you. This is my latest. Well, this is not my latest. My latest is actually in a water bath canner right now. I canned peaches. And what I did was I fit the rubber ring right in this groove that's right here. And if I get my empty one, I'll be able to show you a lot better. When you get these jars, these really old-fashioned jars, there's a groove right here. So you put the rubber seal right here on this groove, and it kind of like pops up a little because it's very close fitting, and that's what you want. And then once the ring is on, you put the top on, tighten down the bail, and these fit a lot tighter once you have the actual ring on. It doesn't move like that, and they worked fantastic for me so far. I did 6 quarts of peaches in them and a pint of peaches. I have 2, 4, 6, 7 or 8 pints of tomato sauce that I was lucky enough to get the tomatoes from my fiance's mother's garden. So we're going to go back there and raid her garden because there's still a ton of unripe ones that we're waiting to ripen. And then I'm also lucky enough to get cucumbers. I have cucumbers coming out my ears. So I don't know what to do with these ones though, because I don't know if they'll pickle well. I'm going to try it, but hey. So I have, it's called, if you're in Rhode Island, Coventry area specifically, there's a farm stand on Hartney Hill Road. It's called the Woodsman's Farm Stand. You can find them on Facebook, and they're phenomenal people. I love them. They're fantastic. And I got these little jerkins that I'm actually in the process of creating pickles out of right now in my water bath canner, which I have on the stove. So I'm very excited about that. I love pickles so much. But I want to show you the fact that these things actually still work. And you can with them just like you would any other, boil them for 15 minutes in water to sanitize them. Tops, jars, rings, everything. And then process it just like you would. These were a pressure can. There's about in all 6 quarts and 1 pint, I used about 2/3 of a cup of sugar. So they're in a very light syrup. But you test them just like Tatler lids, and it's a nice strong seal. And if I want to break the seal, all I have to do is actually pull this out, and it will release the vacuum. So this is a can of peaches. They're not pretty, but they were very ripe when I got them. I bought half a bushel from Sunset Orchards in Scituate, Rhode Island, which is they're great people. The girls who worked there were very nice. The man picking the peaches that brought me half a bushel was fantastic. And unfortunately, I probably would have been able to get another quart or 2 out of it. My family ate all the peaches on me. So there's that. And I want to show you guys my tomato sauce, because this is something that I'm really excited about, because getting such a good deal on these is unbelievable, because they're pretty expensive. You can buy, usually they're around $2 a jar. So to get them for 62 cents was pretty fantastic. So this is tomato sauce that I just canned. If you can't really see it, but it's still warm, so I have to let it sit. I can't really bounce it around all that much. And on my stove, we're under construction, so you'll have to excuse that mess. I have working right now, let's see if I can do this, pickles and more tomato sauce. Like I said, my favorite thing, I love my pressure canners. I have 2 of them. They're fantastic. But my favorite thing about boiling bath canners is that you can run 2 different things that have to stay in there for 2 different times, and it's pretty much okay. You just have to watch the water level. And I added more than enough water in there to cover my pints of sauce. So anyway, that's it. Old-fashioned canning jars can still be used. They're fantastic. And like I said, if you ever find any and you're looking for rings, they're called Reliable Seal. That's the brand. And I know I've seen people, they try to use Tatlers, or they think they can use the Tatler rings, and it's not the same. And you have to make sure that they have the pull tab, or else you won't be able to get them open. You can try Weck. I know Weck's basically the same concept as the vintage canning jars, and I think they sell their rings, and those might work. Those probably will work, but I don't want to say, I haven't used them, so I can't tell you. So tell me what you think, and if you guys think old canning jars are awesome, because I do, and I think they're fantastic. And like I said, they're so old that they've probably been used 100 times. They're strong as hell, and the amount of money, not only I'm saving using these by not having to buy reusable, or not reusable, the rings that you have to replace after a while, and the tops. I'll probably have to, if I don't take care of my seals correctly, I'll probably have to replace them in 5 years. But this, to me, seems like it's using a lot less energy in the actual production, because they're already made, they're not making any more of them, and it's just the rings. If I throw anything away, it's just going to be the rings, which were fairly cheap, by the way. I think they were like $3 for a dozen of them. $3 for the wide mouth, $2 for the regular mouth is what I paid for them. And like I said, I get them somewhere in New Hampshire, in Warner, New Hampshire, next to Market Basket. If you know where I'm talking about, if I have any New Englanders watching this, which would be cool. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm sorry it was so long and rambly, but I really hope you enjoyed it.